Hi everyone. I was getting ready to do a video and I can't find anybody. I was just in here, and so I thought I'd come back because I thought Sheba was in the house, but she decided to stay in the craft room. She thought I'd be back. I actually was moving my one of my projects to the living room where I could sit and work on it and keep an eye on my babies. But I just finished this diamond art. I did a set, see if you can see them, to hang in my bathroom. I couldn't find Boston's at that time, and I was waiting on the self-portrait Boston Terrier diamond art that I sent off. So I finished those up just in time. I just finished this one. It's pretty wild, but all those colors are in my bathroom, and I just kind of thought those were nice. Those are cheapo diamond art that Hobby Lobby had on sale, and stuff like that keeps me busy and occupied when I can't sew and do the other stuff. So I did those, and now my other one has arrived and I started it last night. I'll show you it. Plus I have my crochet stuff. This is a bunch that I had left over to making the Boston Terrier keychains and cup cozies, and I'm going to send this to my granddaughter. My granddaughter has started crocheting. We spent an hour on the phone last night talking about her crochet, which is all natural skills, and I was just working with her a little bit to encourage learning how to read a pattern. And she's doing amazing. She's making little stuffed animals, so I have a bunch of extra eyes and noses and things like that I'm going to send her. But this is my self-portrait diamond art that I sent off. They sent it back. It's a huge, I think it's 16 by 20, but it's bigger. It's going to go on the wall where the big brown one is, and I'll frame it. But I just barely got to start on it last night. I'm working on this lower corner. I know you can't tell much, but I have posted the original photo that this is, so I'll keep you updated on my progress with that. But I want to get my dogs in here. Oops, I better close the office door. I don't like carpet, and one day we will get the carpet out of the bedrooms and replace it with the same floors. But until then, I shampoo a lot, and I try to keep the dogs out of there because you never know what they might decide all of a sudden, to do. But the carpet looks pretty shabby in there. I need to get it shampooed before babies start arriving, and then I always have to shampoo it when babies move out of there because mamas can be messy. Hi, babies. Hey, guys, where's everybody at? Simon, Benny, Reba. There's most of the gang. Where's the rest of them? Come on, babies. I see you, Simon. Where's Benny Boo Boo? I see everybody but Benny. Benny, where are you? Benny Boo Boo. Let's Reba. Up there he is. Let's go in the house, guys. Come on. So bright. The sunshine is so bright. Reba, you look like you've been rolling in it out there. Be still. Let me dust you off. Be still. No way, Mom. I can't be still. What's that? What is that? Crazy little guys. I'll keep them in. Dad, I think, went to go pick up some groceries at Walmart for me that I had ordered. Hi, Candy Lou. Hi, Candy Lou. Sheba. Delightful Delilah. You want that toy, huh? You know, Dad, he just closes up these crates where you can't get your stuff. Oh. Ooh. It's her toy. That's her toy, Reba. Go get it. I dare you. Go. You just play with Chloe, huh? They're all doing really good. I decided I won't do baths until tomorrow. I put heartworm medicine on them all yesterday, right after they got their nails done. And the heartworm is topical. It goes on the back of the neck right there. And I like to let it set. I don't want to give them a bath today because it absorbs into the skin. I tried to get it right on the skin, but you know, they have a lot of hair in their fur, so I just decided to wait till tomorrow to do the baths because I don't want any of the medicine to wash off. But everything else is just in perfect order around here. Can you sense how calm things are here? Even though they just came inside, and they do get all playful and do their normal rowdiness, but there's a whole different spirit of calm simply because Thor is not here. Now, Thor did not disrupt anything, but these guys were on a different level of energy because Thor was here. And I just think things like that are interesting. You know, it's just any little change, and it puts these guys in a different level of energy. But they're always in a good level of energy. I don't have any, we don't have any that pout or hold grudges or anything like that. Even the ones, sometimes Candy, she'll get a little puffed up at me if I get onto her and make her be good. Reba has had an attitude at me at times when I get onto her, but they get over it so quick. If I correct them and they get mad, it's just a few minutes. They may sit with their back turned to me or huff at me a little bit, but then they come over and they always tell me whatever it was, they're sorry for it. And it doesn't happen very often. It doesn't happen very often. They're used to me constantly correcting them, verbally correcting them. But sometimes I get the fly swatter, and that's a little bit more serious corrections. And they don't always agree that they need to stop doing whatever it is. But Sheba, I never have to correct her. I rarely correct Delilah, and that's only if Delilah is just being a little bit too gritchy with the younger ones. Now the younger ones, I correct them a lot, and so does Delilah, and so does Sheba, and sometimes Chloe or Candy will correct them. But they need it. They need correcting. We can only take so much of that orneriness. And that's why they get to play outside so much. Hi. Shh, shh. Boys. Simon, you settle. Mouthy little thing, aren't you? You're a mouthy little boy, aren't you? Yes, you are. Oh, Benny Boo Boo, you didn't do nothing, did you? You didn't do anything. Just let him chew on you, Benny. Oh, they crack us up. They keep us laughing, and they're just so much fun. We love all of our Bostons. We are excited. I am excited, and I have a whole new level of energy right now, or at least it's starting to build, just because of what I know is coming. There are a lot of puppies coming. We should have 4 litters throughout the month of April, which is not very far away, y'all. Delilah, she may have her litter at the beginning of May, but she's been known to deliver 3 to 5 days earlier than expected. And so that could put her at the end of April. Her actual due date is May the 2nd. Sheba and Chloe, I think it's April the 18th. And then Candy's due date is April 28th. So they're going to be spaced out a little bit. Sheba and Chloe have the same due date, but I don't know if they'll deliver on the same day or not. Last year I had 3 litters, all born within 1 week. And I spent that whole week in the office, which we had turned into a nursery. I slept on the floor. I had a blanket and a pillow with me. And I was constantly checking temperature and watching the labor intensity signs. And we had 3 litters. Just, I think Sheba delivered first. And then Delilah delivered. Sheba delivered on, I don't know, one day. Delilah's was due 2 days later, but she delivered a day earlier. And then 2 days after that, my other little girl, Ray, delivered. So we had 16 puppies within just like 3 to 4 days of each other. And I did not sleep almost at all during that week. I sleep in there with them. And there's not much room when you have 3 playpens set up, so I was just making a pallet on the floor beside my mama's whelping beds. And that was exciting. I'm glad that we're a little bit spaced out. I would like to deliver 2 litters and get them going pretty good, and then have the next litter, get it going, and then have the last litter, get it going. By the time Delilah gives us her babies, we should have Sheba and Chloe's babies in the living room. And that would just leave Delilah and Candy in the nursery. And then Candy will come on in. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. Normally I set up a big playpen right here. And last time we had 16 puppies and 3 mamas in the one playpen, and that worked great. But with the way things are going to be now, I'm not sure. I'll probably keep 2 playpens, and I'll probably just keep 1 batch of the puppies, which would probably be 2 litters, in the office in a playpen, and 2 litters in here in a playpen. I'm not sure. I just have to figure it out. I think the puppies are going to be just enough apart in ages. I'm not going to want to combine them all. And just for all the other, there's a lot of reasons. Cleaning up poop and things like that. It's going to be better to have that many puppies put into 2 playpens. And I would just like to say, I am not a puppy mill. I don't normally have 3 or 4 litters at one time, but it has fallen that way since last year when we had 3 and this year when we had 4. But I would prefer to have 1 litter moving into the living room around 4 weeks old, when the second litter is being born in the nursery. That's the way I prefer it, and that's the way it worked out for a while. But now, I'm probably going to downsize somewhere, because if you have 5 females, chances are they're all going to come in heat at the same time. And that's something I would rather not do. But Reba, she's my 5th female. She's just not old enough to breed yet, but she will be this fall. And from this point on, until I do downsize or figure out what to do, we will be skipping some of the heats with some of the girls, which isn't going to be a problem, because Sheba and Delilah are going to retire after these litters. And if I replace them with a female from their litter, which is what I was planning to do, they'll have to grow up, and the only ones that will be breeding will be Chloe and Candy, and then by then Reba will be old enough. But if I don't replace these 2 with another female, I may end up getting a pair of Frenchies later on. That would keep me at a 7-pack, that would be 3 breeding female Bostons and 1 breeding Frenchie female, which would probably be, well, honestly, y'all, I am doing exactly what I can manage. I don't want to be bigger than what I am because I can't manage more, but I'm doing really well. I'm so proud that it's all working out so well with having 7 dogs right now. I don't want to be bigger. We may, one may get rehomed and another one take its place, but I'd like to stay right where we're at. If it means that you just don't breed one of them just because they're in heat, that's what I'll end up doing. But for this time around, because I know we need to retire these 2 ladies and let them finish out the rest of their life as a pet, which they've got a good 12 years of life still to live as a pet without being a mama. This will be the 3rd litter for each one of them. And everything that I have read and learned from other breeders, most breeders will breed up to 5 or 6 litters, depending how mom does with each litter. Now, mom can have, I had a Boston when I first started. She had 1 litter and she was done. Her uterus and stuff was not in good shape. And she had a cesarean, emergency cesarean. She did great. The babies did great, but we knew when they did the cesarean, they could see things about her uterus that weren't really healthy for having any more litters. So we had her spayed right then, and she was done. I don't overbreed. I'm not going to overbreed them. Delilah and Sheba could have more litters, at least 1 more after this, if we wanted to, but I don't really need to. We have plenty of breeding females, so there's no sense in it. They've given me gorgeous babies, and they both have a home lined up for them, waiting for them. So I don't have a problem retiring them earlier than other breeders do. And I'm not bashing anybody. I mean, dogs naturally will breed for the first 4 or 5 years of their life back to back. So, and as long as I'm taking good care of them, keeping them in top health conditions, there's no reason not to let them breed. Unless I just decide it's time to retire one and let her retire. They love being a mama. I'll never forget, before I became a breeder, my very first Boston, I loved that dog so much. She was just a perfect angel. And I would talk to the vet. I'd always been taught and raised that a good female dog should have 1 litter of puppies just to help her to mature and become the best that she can be. So I had been talking to my vet about it. I didn't know anything about Bostons, but he explained to me real quick. They're in the high risk level of breeding because they are part bulldog. They have a bulldog head, and bulldog heads make whelping a risky thing. Bostons are at the bottom of that risky range because they're also a small dog, and their heads are square and boxy, but Bostons, all mine do really well whelping at home. Occasionally, and I think it's true for any dog, something can go sideways, like a puppy, and stop them from being able to deliver at home, and you have to do a cesarean. But cesareans are amazing. They used to scare me, and I used to think it was horrible if my little dog had to have a surgical procedure, but it is not. And Frenchies, they deliver, they have multiple litters, and they have a cesarean every time. So it's not, and they come right home nursing and recover just fine. So it doesn't scare me anymore. But with my first Boston, the vet would always say, well, you can have a litter of puppies, but you might lose her, your mama, just because it's risky. So I would say, oh no, I'm not doing that. And then the next time I would talk to my vet about getting her spayed. And he would say, well, with a quality bloodline like that, you're kind of responsible to continue that bloodline. So I'd go back to thinking, well, maybe we should have one litter. And anyway, he played that game with me, the vet did. And finally, she was 5 years old, and I got her spayed. And I took the money I could have bred her with, and I bought another Boston Terrier. Because I was so afraid of letting something bad happen to her. Well, not long after that, she went into kind of what they call a false pregnancy. She didn't develop milk or the more serious pregnancy symptoms, but she did go into a nesting state. That dog wanted to have babies. She wanted to be a mama. Her instincts told her that's what she was supposed to do. And here I had went and got her spayed, and I prevented her. And she suffered a little bit of some emotional trauma. It took over a month to working with her to get her past that to where she stopped acting on her instinct to be a mama. So I won't ever do that again. I won't ever do that again. I will decide the dog based on their health and overall condition. If they're healthy for breeding, I'm going to let them breed. We do have a responsibility to keep a quality pure blood line going. And I do believe that, and I don't mind breeding them. I'm prepared for whatever risks, I'm informed, I'm educated, and do my very best to keep my dog safe. And the emergency vet is 5 minutes away from me. So if it comes to something that I don't know what to do, I'm not above throwing them in the car and getting to the vet as quickly as possible. But I got over some of those fears as I started learning things about this breed. I don't know, I'm not an expert by any means. I'm not a vet, but I have gained some experience, and I have learned an amazing amount of information about dogs and Bostons that I didn't know years ago. So I have no problem breeding them, and we do really well. We're prepared if we need the assistance of a vet. I believe that if you're going to breed, you better have a credit card so you can take care of any emergencies that pop up. Don't even try to breed Boston Terriers unless you have the money in the bank to afford the vet assistance. It's like that's responsible breeding. So they are amazing little dogs, and I don't know what I would do if everybody stopped breeding quality bloodline Boston Terriers. I love them. They're the best companions and house dogs and lifelong friends and family members. That's my finger. Oh, please stop biting. Oh, his little teeth are still so sharp. So anyway, that's my soapbox for today. I support responsible breeding. And that's why I do these videos. That's why I like to show our program. I'm a different kind of breeder than what has always been out there. There's a lot of good small-time breeders who do like I do, and their pets are the ones that they breed, but they're house pets. They're loved. They're taken care of. They're spoiled, and they're doing it in a responsible way. I am totally against puppy mills and backyard breeders and people who don't think they can afford the vet expense. I mean, if you can't, you can't, but don't try to breed your dogs, especially if they're in a high risk level of breeding. Don't do it unless you can afford to follow through and take care of them. But again, that's my soapbox. I don't mean to be preaching at anybody. I just kind of want to clarify. I think that 4 litters is a lot of puppies, and I know some people are going to be saying things that aren't very nice, but they don't understand our situation. They don't understand the type of breeder that I am, and they don't realize that we need quality, responsible breeders. So I'm all for it. I think everybody should support a responsible breeder, and I think everybody should expose the irresponsible breeders. We don't need that. I care about the dogs and the breed and the bloodlines, and I hate to think that if it was left up to some people who just assume things, they don't really know what they're talking about, they would take away the right for everybody. Nobody would be able to breed, and then I don't know where we would be. We wouldn't have any quality purebreds with the attitude like that. So go after the ones who need it and support the ones who deserve it. That's my motto. But anyway, my husband just got home. He went to pick up my Walmart groceries, and it's time to get stuff put away. So I'm going to get off of here. My video went way longer than I expected. I didn't realize I was going to talk about all of that, but I hope it helps somebody. If you can be a responsible breeder, I encourage it, because these are amazing little dogs, amazing bloodlines and purity. I just love it. So support your local responsible breeders. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful day. Yep, he's got a truckload of groceries he's about to carry in, so I'm going to get off of here. Y'all have a blessed day.